The year 1940.
Okay, do it.
Yeah. June 6, 1944, the Allies invade Nazi Germany from France.
No.
No, what? I don't know.
The year 1912. The Allies invade Germany from the Netherlands. Take that, you Nazis.
1912, way too early.
I don't care. I'm doing it wrong on purpose.
Okay.
1912. Japan invades Germany.
Damn, that would have been interesting.
Our boys in the 101st and 82nd Airborne Division take down Nazi Germany's Western Wall.
May
Take
the
that,
empire of
Hitler.
the sun never set.
Yeah. The town of Carentan has been taken by the Allies.
The important thing about that guy's voice is like, or that guy's agenda is he's pliable to every moment. It's always just like, the storming of Berlin. The Russians have invaded. Go the Soviet. Long live the workers. You're going to change your tune in a
Workers
couple
of the
of
world
weeks.
unite.
Wow.
Yeah.
The workers of the
I
world
mean, yeah,
unite,
I
but
love
not the Germans. Go get them, Ruskies. Go get them, slurs.
Oh my God.
Slurs for Eastern Europeans you haven't heard since the 50s.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah. 1942, Guadalcanal. The
Actually,
Americans
those slurs are in use right now. But
Oh yeah. In different languages. But yeah, that guy's like. That guy has, I imagine it's one guy. It probably wasn't, but I like to imagine it was
just one man.
just one guy with a lot of work.
He just talked like that.
Yeah.
we need the TV, national, TV announcement, dude.
But he's so pliable. He'll just fight for whatever force at any moment. And he's like no ideology, perfect himbo.
Dude, shut up.
He's just with the winners.
Yeah, absolutely. Just
You just call him. He announces for you.
Yeah.
May the glory of the Japanese Empire never end.
Imagine he talks like that.
It's like,
no, but
imagine
you know
going on a date with him.
Wow.
God, no, but imagine.
Damn,
Does
girl.
someone want that? Pussy H?
Damn, girl, that pussy was fire.
Oh my God.
Damn, that head game, 10.
Yeah.
No.
I'm a modern man. You can pay for the meal.
Yeah, now you can say this podcast has a problem.
I really like the idea of he's like I like the idea.
Counseling right now.
Stop traumatizing him.
I like the idea that this guy is also just complete trash date.
Yeah, of course. He
he's on
sounds
his
like
phone the whole
he sounds
time.
like he would totally order for you without you even being able to.
Just for the sheer fact that his voice is so loud.
Yeah.
So he's Spanish.
You're just not getting the
He
waiter's
would
attention.
he would totally mansplain everything.
8
to
beers
you.
in, my dick can't get hard.
Oh my God. No, but it's I
He
feel
would
like,
explain everything to you. He reads all the news.
Yeah, you would explain something about your
Oh, no,
own
this person's
life,
me.
And then he would
God damn it.
repeat your own life to you.
Exactly.
With that voice.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
boy.
Well, I'm not gonna.
The woman I'm sitting with.
He was born to a small family.
Oh my God. Just imagine him narrating everything that you're doing.
Oh my God, he just.
Berlin, 2020.
When you
Four young whippersnappers are recording a podcast.
sorry, I was just imagining him doing dirty talk, and that is bad.
No, please, I don't want Nick and Karen to.
Damn, girl, can you
Go
back
again.
that ass up for me? Girl, you look good. Why don't you back that ass up? Wait,
The year 1944. The Allied troops have landed in Normandy, asking, "Does Nazi want their Germasi 8?" Every news announcement is in form of the
Slightly horny.
They're not Susie.
Nazi 1945. The Americans have finally answered the question if Japan wants the Hiroshima CH.
Oh my God.
I'm just going to read back that ass up lyrics in this voice. Then. Hey. Welcome to your weekly Corner Späti. It is myself, Nick, joined with Yulia,
Hello.
Kieran,
Hey.
and Uma.
Hi.
Got the full gang here.
Yep.
We're gonna, we're gonna deep dive into some Geschichte or some history, if you're with it.
Yeah. Hello, little mama. Let me whisper something in your ear.
As you can't tell from the sense of us doing the
Dear
transatlantic
1944, now I want to tell you something you want to hear.
as you can't tell with us doing the transatlantic accent, we were talking about history.
Everyone talks like this,
Yeah.
even in Catalonia.
So, Uma suggested a fella to us, a guy.
A new type of guy
A new
discovered.
type of guy. New type of guy gets
No,
discovered.
literally, a new type of guy is covered.
And this has to do with a certain special someone who lied to the Nazis about the D-Day invasion,
Yep.
which is right up my wheelhouse.
No, he
because
literally lied to Hitler personally about it. So
damn, persönlich.
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 Like
Damn.
face to face.
No,
Oh.
better, but still.
Yeah. Dear Mr. I'm too cool to write my fans.
Dear Mr. I'm
Allies-
too cool to write my fans.
Dear Mr. I'm too cool to write my fans. This will be the last letter I'll ever send your ass because the Allies are totally not invading on June 6th, 1944.
Dear 1994, the Allies have drank a fifth of vodka. Dare them to drive? And it's just like trucks are going up the beach. Dare them to drive into Normandy.
I mean, they didn't drive; they flew,
exactly.
or they took a boat.
All of them were tipsy, I'm sure.
Oh my God! Yes, of course. I assume alcoholism was very much a thing.
My war ration fifth of vodka. It's in the ration skit, you guys.
I mean, yeah. After watching Band of Brothers for the 9 millionth time, I assume that they all had alcohol problems, except for like Lieutenant Winters or Major Winters, who didn't drink. But yeah, no. What's his name? Who's also in Ron Livingston's character is an alcoholic.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of his
Yeah,
character.
and who's like one of the best characters because he's in the entire thing, being like, I was in World War II within like one of the like best regiments of
Units,
the military in World War II, like one of the like maybe not the most decorated, but then that they were, you know.
No, but they were elite. Like,
Yeah, they were like, I mean, like the 101st Airborne Division after World War II becomes part of then U.S. Special Forces and shit like that, like when Special Forces get developed. And he's just like sitting there being like, I haven't fired a single round in all of the conflict. What are you fucking laughing about?
at.
You need to just tweet transatlantic accent dirty talk. I just have to like it.
Yeah.
So I just gave her the biggest shit-eating grin.
Take a screenshot and post it from the show.
the show.
account.
Yeah,
because your account's
I'm still logged.
geschlossen
Yeah.
or whatever.
Can I get unlocked? I'm scared of.
You can do whatever you want, Queen. I mean, I
But yeah,
got
screenshot it.
360 no scoped by Twitter. So
Yeah.
follow my new account.
I do.
I know you do. Everyone here does.
We're talking specifically to you.
Like, I'm
So,
sorry.
Uma,
Why?
take it away.
Yeah.
Okay, so today we're gonna talk about this guy called Juan Garcia. No, I got his.
There's more names. Is there more names?
How many names does he have?
No, it's Juan Pujoli Garcia.
Okay.
So not
Okay.
Garcia Pujol, Pujoli Garcia.
Pujoli Garcia. Okay.
Pujol.
Yeah.
Peugeot, yes, like the car.
Peugeot.
Pujol. And so he was a double spy for the British and the Nazis during World War II. But the thing, so he was born in Barcelona.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So he's Catalan.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, I don't know if I want to claim him.
We'll decide at the end of the episode if
Yeah.
we claim him or
We
not.
asked that question at
I'm
the-
going to explain now why I might not claim him.
We'll decide
Okay.
at the end of the episode whether this guy is Catalonian, German, Irish, or Arizona. We'll see who wants him in the end. We'll all call to him and whoever he comes to first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so he comes. So his dad was the owner of a cotton factory. So like first red flag because like in
Rich.
Catalonia. Yeah.
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 Hate that.
Why was he just like an influencer? I guess being a spy.
He
at
was.
that
Like
Oh.
Angus?
Of some
very-
sort.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But so yeah. And
Oh,
then-
Normandy, that's sus, my Fuhrer. Check out this other shit. That's
And when the Spanish Civil War broke out,
Mhm.
his family was arrested for being like counter-revolutionary, for,
Oh, yeah.
for being rich, basically. But like they got away with it because they had a friend in a union of some kind.
Yo, my friend in the union.
I'm allowed to say this.
I
My
have a
friend's
friend in the union.
Yeah.
He said I was allowed to do this.
Yeah. I'm allowed to call workers pieces of fucking shit,
Yeah.
dogs, whatever. You know,
I got the
yeah.
working class card.
Yeah.
And then he was supposed to fight for the Republic, and he hid in his girlfriend's flat.
Pussy.
Wow.
So he hid there, and then they caught him.
So he
Put
was a
him
bit
in-
unsure about all of that, huh?
No, so he was straight up like anti-Republican. Like he grew up rich,
Yeah, makes
factory owner.
Yeah.
You know, those were
Well,
not the good
Engels
guys.
grew up-
That is exactly what
But
the
yeah,
Dion
yeah.
Fort song "Rich Bitch" is about. It's about him.
Exactly. And so yeah, he hid in his girlfriend's fucking flat. He got discovered. They took him to prison, but then he was like
Oh wait, I
free.
thought you meant like got discovered the way this in the sense that like Usher discovered Justin Bieber.
Discovered. They were like, hey.
Yeah, he was actually a pop star
He's
during
talented.
the
Yeah.
end of the war. But
Spain's Got Talent.
Franco is Spain.
Now you might think of the Spaniards as a musicless, soulless, horrible people, but actually, well, no, seriously, this is what they're all like. But this one's holding a guitar. At best, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, flamenco and unlistenable music that then grates the ears.
Oh my god!
God, I love
flamenco.
flamenco.
And yeah, so he was freed by this like group called the Carlistas, which were
Okay.
a very so I think the translation in English is traditionalists, even though it makes no sense because they're Carlists or
Oh,
something.
Carlists.
Carlists.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're the guys that wanted like a different Bourbon king in the throne.
They're
Oh,
monarchists,
okay.
but for like a different.
They're super
Yeah.
monarchist, super Catholic, super like
Sounds great.
traditionalist. And
I'm listening.
so they freed this guy from prison. And so, you know, you can already tell that that's where his ideology is,
Sure.
basically.
Yeah.
So he kept hiding. And
Yeah.
then... No, he actually did join the Republican side
Huh?
at the war with the idea of deserting and going to the other side.
All right, yeah. There's a lot of harebrained schemes here.
And
I
he
think.
actually managed. Like, he went to
Wow.
the Battle of the Ebro in September 38, which was like the last defensive battle of the Republic. They were basically all like dying. The morale was really
Damn.
bad. A lot of people did
Yeah.
actually desert to the other side,
Uh.
and he was in between them. But then he got imprisoned by the fascists because he was too monarchist.
Oh, shit.
Okay, all right.
Like, they didn't
Damn.
like him.
Just can't
because-
catch a break.
Nobody likes him.
No, but then that's the thing. Like, then he was like, well, communists and fascists are the same, you know?
Yeah.
Horseshoe
yeah.
theory.
He's the
Horseshoe
horseshoe, yeah.
So
theory.
he is the Anne
embodiment.
Applebaum of Spain.
Yeah, but that is the guy in the Spanish Civil War who's been like, there needs to be a third side. And everyone's like, shut the fuck up.
That is
No,
literally what
literally, yeah.
fascism was.
People
Shut the
forget about that.
Yeah, he's like you're saying he's a neoliberal before neoliberalism even
Literally.
existed.
Just like,
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like some
yeah.
He's
Republican
just a
troop beside him
centrist.
bleeding out in the trenches, like, shut the fuck up.
Oh, God.
Just a centrist.
Yeah, in Spain we have this joke. It's like neither communism nor fascism. Fascism.
Yeah.
Like, that's how it goes usually.
That
you
is
know,
how it
like-
goes.
And that's and then after the war ended, because he had technically fought for the nationalist, like Francoist side, he was free. He was okay
Okay.
to go, and then
Free to spread his monarchist propaganda across all of Spain.
but then he was like, oh shit, like World War II started.
Damn.
Damn
we were all like,
I was
everyone,
I was just in another war. What is this?
everyone in Europe was like, oh shit, World War II started.
Yeah,
I mean,
no.
I guess we have to like first back up before we like, you know, I mean, this is really fun and I'm enjoying this, of course. But Spain is the only country that then was allowed by the Axis powers to be neutral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, but they weren't neutral. They were.
That's the thing. Like
Yeah.
Franco is actually kind of funny in the sense that Franco tried so hard to be friends with Hitler, and Hitler just hated him.
Yeah, because you know what? Because Hitler was on
Like,
Hitler was on his like Drake 2016 shit of like no new friends, no new friends, no new friends.
No, like I'm just hustling, and
Yeah.
I don't have time for new friends. Also,
I
Franco
also didn't like Mussolini. It's not like they were like
Yeah, I can do.
extra
I,
betting
also
along.
Franco basically took it like Hitler. So okay, Franco won the war because of Hitler and
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mussolini.
they like the amount of fucking
Yeah.
German weapons that the German Air Force also was in
Yeah.
in Spain as well, which
Yeah.
everyone fucking forgets.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
that's where they tested.
yeah the
like the Blitzkrieg.
yeah, was tested in
Spain.
the Spanish Civil War.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Did they have the sweet access to Casablanca and all of that through Spain?
yeah.
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 I mean, like it wasn't like
I
the
mean,
Nazis. The Nazis used Spain for their benefit.
Yeah,
the
that's what I
training
thought.
Yeah.
ground,
Mhm.
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
And they used it also too as a sense of like for shipping and shit, didn't they as well? Like the Nazis had like ports that they were using outside of Spain that then they could like go
I
to
can
like
totally
North
imagine
Africa
that.
and
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah, I can totally.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
what
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
what I'm thinking
for
because
sure.
they didn't like they couldn't exit this from any other
That's the thing.
side.
Like,
So
a lot of people from the Republic were holding on and still fighting
Yeah.
because they thought that okay, war in Europe is obviously imminent. Like Hitler is not gonna stop and be quiet. So
Yeah.
we're just gonna keep going, keep fighting, and they'll have to help us because obviously Franco is friends with Hitler, so that means they're both fascists, like whatever. And that didn't. Well, first of all, World War II obviously started in September 39.
My birthday.
The 1st of September.
No, the 3rd of
Third.
September.
Oh,
happy
okay.
birthday, Nick!
Happy birthday! No, no.
Human
so
atrocities.
the invasion
Yet
of Poland.
unseen by man.
The invasion of Poland is on the 1st, and the 3rd of September is when war is
Okay.
declared.
Yeah.
My
Okay.
birthday is when World War II starts, which explains why the very first thing that I got into in history is World War II.
Fair enough.
That's the reason. No
That's
other
the
reason.
reason, yeah.
Don't look into it. It wasn't because of U.S. propaganda. It was because of my birthday.
But and like the Spanish Civil War ended in April 39 or something like that.
Yeah.
So they were really trying to hold on until the war in Europe broke out, and they just obviously they couldn't, like they didn't have the manpower or
nobody
the
supported
weapons, like
yeah.
no
Yeah.
support whatsoever.
Yeah.
Like they did have support from the Soviet Union, but like barely. So
Yeah, well, that's exactly the thing of because I always use that as a comparison for when talking about like the Greek Civil War. Of give it
Nobody supported the.
Well, yeah. Let me
yeah.
So the thing is that then the Soviet Union into like the mid 30s like comes out of one of their worst economic years in the 20s. That's why they have the things like like the treaty with them in Nazi Germany because they like physically could not afford to have another front of a war because they had already spent a lot of money on economic problems in Ukraine, which is like things like the Holodomor and whatnot, like whatever you want.
Rebuilding after the revolution.
Yeah, exactly.
probably.
And which was a like 20, 30 year process.
yeah.
And so the Soviet Union sent, I think, only small arms to.
They sent very old weapons
Yeah, like-
from
like-
the First World War.
Yeah, they sent like they
Mostly.
sent like
Yeah.
dumpy fucking like Mosin
Yeah.
Nagants and shit like that like barely worked anymore.
Yeah.
And that was it. And they wiped their hands clean.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, you like whatever, fine. You know,
Yeah.
you want this. And it is the only war ever in American history that the United States has never taken a position on.
Well, the Spanish
The
Civil
Spanish
War.
Civil War.
Well, you had a lot of Americans joining.
Because
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it was
Abraham
also
Lincoln.
punishable. It was a
Yeah.
punishable offense if
Brigade
you, as an American, went to
Yeah.
go join the Lincoln Brigade, is the most famous one.
Yeah.
If you went to
Yeah.
go join an international brigade in Spain, you would come back and be punished. Similarly to how
were?
people who joined like the YPG in
Wait, you
Germany.
were?
Yeah, you were. You
Oh,
were seen as a
okay.
terrorist. Yeah. So if you came back to the United States and you
Oh,
fought with the
interesting.
fought with the Lincoln Brigade, whoever.
Well, a lot of them went to Paris and were in,
Yeah,
were
exactly,
in Paris.
because-
and at
because-
least
The
the famous
Comintern-
ones, intellectual ones, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
the thing is the Comintern was like set up an official like recruiting post.
Ah.
Sorry.
No, well, go for it.
No, you're fine.
So so they set up an official recruiting post in Paris.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why a lot of people from Europe and from the US and
Mhm.
even from Asia had to go through Paris to make
That's
it official.
No, yeah.
that they were joining the
Yeah.
Spanish Civil War.
Ah,
But
see?
it's similarly to the sense that then we see this a lot less now, but people in the U.S. and the U.K. who joined the YPG now, if they come back, like not now, but like a few years ago, if they came back and they joined, like, and they were actively members of the YPG,
there was some.
they would come back and they would get terrorism charges. And the exact same thing happened in the United States with a lot of people who came back from Spain who were like, I was served with like whatever brigade. Like again, I said Lincoln Brigade is the most famous, but there were obviously other international brigades, and you would come back, and the U.S. is like, no, we have no position in this war. But the United States shipped no weapons to Spain. They actively took a neutral position on this because this is also during the transitional period during. I mean, Roosevelt was president as well, but it's this perspective of U.S. foreign policy that is that.
The one where you didn't want to get involved in.
From
the isolationist.
the isolationist thing
exactly,
from
very different now.
Wilson. I mean, even Wilson, Coolidge to the U.S.'s position even in World War I was just like waiting it out until then.
Even in World War II as well.
Until
1944.
Until
sorry,
the
wait,
last
no,
minute.
sorry. I can't. 1943.
Yeah.
The United States helped invade Sicily.
Oh
And,
yeah.
and North Africa, the United States helped with as well in 1942. But
That's why Humphrey Bogart was right.
June 6th, 1944.
Yeah,
Shit goes down. And the U.S. is then finally fully on board. Also, one of our boys also is then apparently involved here as well.
So the thing is, when World War II started, he literally just straight up went to the British embassy and was like, I want to spy for you guys. And they're like, no, we don't want to.
That's not how that
He
works.
really,
Like, that's not-
he really
that's
just
not
went there and said, I want to spy.
Like,
That sounds
in
like how I
Madrid.
would spy.
He lived in Madrid and he was just like,
Can I say an up?
You dress up as those characters, Spy versus Spy, where you're just in a big black trench coat with a big black hat.
And then it's Kieran next to him in a white.
Cut holes in newspapers and sit in the park bench and look through it.
So he went there and then
yeah, and they were like, no. And then he went to the Nazi Germany embassy.
they
and
said yes.
was like, can I spy for you guys? And we're like, sure.
They take
No,
anything.
because he had this record of having served in Franco's army, so
Yeah,
he
okay.
made
So
up
He was
this,
a
they are
troop.
like,
which
Yeah.
was true.
Shit.
And then he made up this more, even more Francoist
He's like,
character persona.
Yo,
whatever.
I
was
took
like-
down the Republicans by myself.
yeah, he's like,
Basically, he's like, I'm such a.
I hate all the Reds.
Yeah.
Like, believe me.
I was definitely not a part of a third fraction that no one really cares about anymore.
Yeah, exactly. The fucking
Never even heard of this
bloody
Carl.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Hate that name.
The third place that I talk about, yes, monarchism.
So they sent him to go to the UK and spy there, but what he actually did was he moved to Portugal.
Sure,
and
that's kind of like the UK.
No, but he told
mean-
them that he was back in the that he was in the UK.
Yeah.
And
So he
from
tricked
Portugal,
them.
from Lisbon,
Yeah.
he made up this whole spy network. He literally made up 27 people with biographies and shit, and where
So
they
he's
lived
the
and
con
everything.
artist, basically.
Basically, yeah,
That's
yeah,
sick.
yeah. And would send reports of these people posing as these people to the Nazis, being just telling them about.
That is so funny.
It's like
Whatever.
collecting
It's
intel
just
or
like-
whatever.
Just making up an internet
Intel,
persona
yeah.
or
Yeah,
He
some
was
shit
making
like
up shit, and then
He's giving the names from that one Japanese baseball video game of just I'm spying. I'm spying on
McDonald's.
Dykel McSleeve. Classic British Lord Dykel McSleeve.
This is something that's
Sleeve
always like.
McDykel, that was
Oh
it.
my god!
This is-
I respect the hustle. I'm gonna
Yeah.
say like,
I think the thing that's so funny about the hustle is that this is the hustle that the CIA uses when they leak memos to the U.S. Where for those who don't know, the CIA leaks information to journalists all the time.
yeah.
The way that the CIA works with then giving information to journalists is hilarious because they'll give statistically speaking every one out of every 4 stories that they give to them with their contacts is real.
yeah,
And every three, like the other three are complete bullshit.
right.
Yeah.
Which is then to send like so.
So they're gonna check on some.
Yeah. So the thing is,
it makes sense.
is then to give. So
fine.
there is always this thing that whenever it comes to like clandestine things of getting information that then comes about, the majority of information is bullshit because in order to like redeem a legitimacy of it, you have to then like provide actual information.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the times, like the CIA, whenever they talk to journalists, will just throw bullshit, and the journalists that they trust will give like one good story to, you know, of like, hey, they're like, this is actually happening. So a lot of like the leaks of the CIA happen because it's like the CIA was like, hey, yeah, whatever, fine, cool, like we want you, like we want you on our team still,
Yeah.
but you know, here's like MK Ultra. Go for it, King. Like this failed 20 years ago. You know, this and that. And that's just like this like is a staple of how this type of shit has like always worked throughout history. Of that, then like, you know, if you can provide yourself of like useful for like one in every like 5 or 4, you know,
Stories.
Yeah.
stories,
basically
yeah, then
They will
then,
believe
then
you.
they'll believe you,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Yeah.
that worked. Like you know what? You can make up all the fucking, you know, fake aliases that you want as long as
Literally.
one's right.
Yeah.
I believe that the
So how
Nazis
do you
were
do it
like,
from Portugal then?
yeah,
Yeah, but so he did at first just straight up misinform the Nazis, but then the British found out that someone was doing that. And they were like, wait, we can use this to our advantage. So then they approached him like, hey, do you want to be a spy for us as well?
Oh,
he
so
then
now they come.
became-
Okay,
now they come crawling back.
he's with a different girl now. So now they
Everyone wants a piece of wine.
Yeah.
That's
oh
it.
la la.
seriously. Then I got damn. He's actually a spy for someone else now.
Literally, they came crawling
Yeah.
back. And
For those
And he
who
was
can't-
like, "You ghosted me."
For those who can't see, Uma's doing the like the hand motion
clothing.
of the claw, but if Uma had fake nails, it would make a noise.
Juan just sitting in a lovely apartment in London, being like, "Look who finally wants
He's
their
not even in
Intel OCH."
He's living the life in Lisbon.
He's in Lisbon.
Like cheaper,
Como
better,
se
better
dice
fucking weather.
inteligencia?
Seriously.
And,
Look who's finally come around to Salazar thought.
Salazar even in power at this? Yeah, he was.
Yeah,
He
yeah,
would be,
yeah.
that's why he was there.
Yeah.
He probably
But
loved
that was
Oh wait,
Salazar. Just
Portugal
another
is also
Franco, but-
neutral, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
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 Neutral.
They
Neutral.
The
and
Spanish boy.
Neutral.
They leaned a bit more towards the Allies because I think they saw things crumbling.
They
sooner.
saw
Yeah,
things
yeah,
turning
yeah,
into
yeah.
NATO, baby. They
Yeah.
knew.
They're a founding member of NATO when Salazar
Yeah.
was in charge. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, NATO
They
hates
were-
dictatorships. Am I right?
They were a respected dictatorship.
Yeah. Salazar did pretty much all the same things Franco did.
I know. But he was Portuguese.
Yeah. You gotta understand what he's saying.
And J.K. Rowling got the name for fucking Slytherin.
Oh, from
Yeah.
Salazar. No.
Yeah.
Oh, Salazar Slytherin.
Yeah.
Oh,
From the fucking
Wait, he was a
Portuguese
wizard?
dictatorship.
he was the founding father of Hogwarts?
Yes.
Damn.
Estodo Novo just rearranged the letter to spells Voldemort. Somehow. No. There's a V in there. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then so they approached them. They were like, "Okay, cool. We now we want you to be our spy as well." And then they started doing what Nick said. Like they would feed him real information that was either useless
Yeah.
or that was too late to act upon it,
Oh, smart.
or
yeah.
like real stuff. So the Nazis
Would trust him?
would trust and be like, oh my god, yeah, this guy's legit, like he does know.
Yeah.
But it would always be too late. But the Nazis were still like, this is great, he's
Good
amazing.
intel still.
Yeah, great intel,
Yeah.
whatever. And then with the D-Day, the whole thing was like, he told them about D-Day before
Yeah.
it happened.
I mean, it would be weird if you would tell with like after it happened.
It's 2 weeks later. Yo, D-Day just happened.
And they're like, what?
Like going
Yeah.
up to D-Day,
Yeah.
he knew, he was told that D-Day would happen.
Yeah.
So he would have to feed the Germans fake information.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
So apparently he feed them like 20 messages a day for like so many days. Like he was spamming them.
Damn, he's over
With, like
texting.
info. Yeah, he was being clingy. No, he was
He's like
being
double
too much.
texting.
Yeah.
Damn, Germany didn't
Triple
get back to me.
Hey, hey,
This is just like Britain all over again.
hey, hi, hi.
Hi,
Hey.
Hi, hey, how
You up?
are you?
Hi.
Hey, lovely.
You up? You up?
Sweetie, you
That's
up? Yeah. What you doing? What you doing? It's just WYD.
Exactly. At 4 a.m.
Yeah.
But no, he did tell them about D-Day, but like he didn't. The same time, he pretended that they didn't pick up his call. And then the next day after
do that
D-Day
sometimes.
happened,
You hear me calling on your cell phone.
Late night where?
Late night when I'm trying to warn you about the Allied invasion.
and then the next day he like pretended he was really mad, like you
Like,
guys
you did
didn't
not pick
listen
up my
to me.
call.
No, literally, he was like,
Mister, I'm too cool to listen to my fucking call.
Why does this sound like he's a desperate?
He's desperate. He
wants to be believed, so
I mean,
he's
yeah,
obviously gonna do whatever.
Of course, no, it makes sense.
And then he
Actually
told
smart.
them that was not the real invasion, that the real invasion
Yeah.
would happen in Pas-de-Calais,
Ah.
in the north.
Calais, yeah,
Calais.
Yeah.
And like literally Hitler himself saw the report confirming that
Yeah.
it would be in Calais, and he signed it and was like, yep, I believe this.
Yeah, this dude seems legit.
Yeah, this dude, this weird cat and Spanish
He's been calling me
guy.
all night.
He's been spamming me.
I have
for
like-
He would
months.
never lie to me. He would never lie to me.
I have 24 missed calls from Juan the Spaniard.
They actually call him Alaric.
Ah?
That was his code name. Oh, also sorry. The code name for the British was Garbo because he was a great actor, like Greta Garbo.
Yeah. Oh.
That the British.
Garagabo, yes, of course.
But
Garagabo, warning the Allies that warning
exactly that, warning the Nazis. And so thanks to him, like 19 infantry divisions and 2 armored divisions, which is like roughly 500,000 soldiers and 600 tanks, were kept in Calais and not sent to Normandy. So like he actually did
they didn't
save
have
a
enough.
lot of.
Oh wow.
No, yeah, that was
But this
more
ends up-
people than
yeah.
ever were in Normandy. So
Yeah,
he
yeah,
did
yeah.
actually save like.
And this ends up becoming a problem for the Allies when they try to like take Cherbourg, because they were positioned really far up, and the
Yeah.
Allies needed Cherbourg for shipping reasons and whatnot, for refueling, because Cherbourg being one of the main ports of refueling for the Allies, because it was a main port for France, and there was a heavy presence of troops in the north of France in that point. So Cherbourg ends up becoming one of the weirdest, hardest battles for the Allies post D-Day, like D-Day like plus 32 or some shit like that, whatever it is, because the invasion of France is a like 2-month long process that everyone forgets about. Like D-Day is just like the beginning
start,
of it.
yeah.
But yeah, like it's really crazy because regardless of the intelligence being good or not from him at the end of the day, not like the invasion of France was by no means still like an easy peasy
Oh
thing.
no, of course not. No, yeah,
like
yeah.
it was a multi. Like fuck, because Operation Market Garden starts in October or November of the same year, like immediately
but that
after.
immediately failed. Oh yeah, so after
So
obviously
D-Day happens.
yeah, so he lied to Hitler himself, right?
Sick.
And nothing happened in Pas-de-Calais. So he was like, "Oh shit, they're gonna get me, right? Like they know I'm lying to them. They must know." So he actually went to London and faked his own like arrest.
Okay.
So he got like the British intelligence people to say that they had arrested this like very high-ranking, German Nazi spy and whatever.
Sure.
And then he went somewhere else. I can't remember. I think it was somewhere in Asia, and just like faked his own death,
Yeah.
like because he got like
Burma, 1944.
no, literally like some because he got malaria or something.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So he faked his own death, and then he moved to Venezuela, which is like, dude, it's after, like, at that point, it was already 1945, like, the Second War.
war's over,
The war is over. You don't want to meet Nazis, and you go to South America?
Yeah. and he's like, just straight fucking chilling with like Adolf Eichmann.
Literally, like just fucking,
I mean, wrong
Mengele
country,
is
but
there,
yeah, like
just
nearby,
shooting
right?
the
Do
shit
you
with
feel
them.
weird that your last name's the same as like a girl's toy? Klaus. What did you do during the war? Is that a traditional Venezuelan name?
What movie is that? I remind like when we were talking about Klaus Barbie.
Yeah. You think of the Barbie Museum?
Yeah.
That is Rat Race.
Yes.
What?
It is. Yes, exactly. Yes. Thank you. Oh my god.
The like mid 2000s very bad comedy film Rat Race has a joke where like the kind of like very normal two parents like 3-kid family on a road trip stop into a Barbie museum thinking it's going to be like Mattel's Barbie.
It's in like Arizona or something.
Yeah, it's like in the desert, like Sunbelt somewhere kind of shit. And
Oh
it's
my
like,
God.
yeah, the Klaus Barbie Museum.
What the?
It's played for laughs. Like they went to
It's like the
yeah,
only
yeah.
funny part of the entire movie.
Yeah, it's a weird film.
Yeah. I remember because it was one of the movies that was always on like HBO, like stupidly.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you, because that was bugging me beyond belief. of
Yeah, I'll
what-
remember
Who
you.
is the one that
Yeah,
went?
here's Uma and Nick recounting one of the like history's most important events, and I'm just like, yeah, Rat Race,
Yeah.
movie starring Rowan Atkinson.
Yep. Exactly. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's a bad film.
I need to-
And what's his name though? Also too is in like the dad of the girl who wants to.
Oh, I've
fuck.
forgotten the name. Seth
Yeah.
Green's also in it.
Yep. It's an eclectic cast.
Yeah, your guy from Monty Python's also in it.
What?
John
That
Cleese?
is such
John
a weird
Cleese.
cast.
John Cleese is in it. Yeah, it's a weird film.
It's a remake of a movie from like the 70s as well too.
Even earlier, I think. Yeah.
Or 60s or 50s or whatever. Yeah.
Something like that. But yeah, so okay, he's hanging out in Venezuela thinking like, yo, I'm safe, no Nazis in South America.
Yeah.
I
But
got
to be
this.
fair, there's no record of him like meeting any Nazis.
I also really do love like faking your death as a European in the 40s. Just be like, whatever happened to one? He went to Asia, got one of those Asian diseases.
Yeah.
Went
Yeah.
to
So
the
much
Far
easier
East.
back then, yeah.
It's like,
yeah,
that's where people go to die, right?
Ah, yes, he got the Burmese fever.
Just like, you got Burmese jumping.
Jumping
Racism.
bean fever. Yeah.
You got slur fever.
Oh, for sure. I bet he
Yeah.
did anyway.
We spent a long time trying to get that out of the colonial troops. They all kept catching slur fever.
Yeah, that's the thing that's always like the funniest shit with them when you look at like the Western campaigns in I guess the East, in the Pacific.
Yeah.
Oof, the slurs in there.
Yeah,
baby.
slurs in the naming.
Jesus
Second,
Christ.
it's just really funny than just like seeing the fact of how like it was just to maintain colonial presence. It wasn't about like
yeah,
anything else. They were just like, oh, the Japanese are in Vietnam. Indochina, that's a French problem. Let them deal with
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Japanese aren't
But
meant to be here.
it's-
It's going to be the French.
It's crazy to see. Like, I took this class during my master's called Colonial Violence, and we did like a comparison of how Americans treated the war in Europe and how they treated it in in the Pacific.
Oh,
and
I'm
it's
sure. Yeah.
so insane. Like, there's Time magazine
Yeah.
in the 40s. I don't know which year exactly, but they had the cover was a woman writing, like looking like to the window or something, like writing back to his sweetheart and who was fighting in the Pacific, and she had a human skull on her table
Uh-huh.
that was sent to her by her
lover?
boyfriend.
Oh,
yeah.
right. Okay.
And it was a Japanese skull. Like
You
want
want to hear a cool story of that though?
Oh God, your family has something.
Yeah.
Oh God.
No, because like I'm
No,
sorry.
no,
I'm,
it's actually cool.
I'm just
Oh, okay.
imagining the alternative of this of like the European theater, and it's just like.
it's just a flag. It's a Nazi flag.
well,
Yeah.
no, like I'm sending over like this Nazi.
Or
I
a
defeat.
Luger. Your family has a Luger?
No,
Oh.
almost.
Oh, that'd be.
I was going to
so-
say like they send over a CV.
Oh.
No, yeah. I got a job in Germany.
No, I got this Nazi I killed. He seems like he'd be good fit for NASA. Actually,
So, similarly to what you were alluding to, is that then I have,
Oh my God.
as in I myself, not in Germany but in the United States, I have a P38 pistol from my great uncle, who murdered a fucking Nazi officer,
Oh
took
my
his
God.
gun off of him, and sent it back to the U.S. and has the full letter that he was allowed to then do it.
Oh my God. That's
Yeah.
so cool.
It's
That's actually
fucking
so
sick.
cool.
What department do you apply to be like, can I keep this gun?
No. It was super normal. That was the thing. Is
Oh,
that
I'm
then,
sure it was.
So the thing was that
Did they set up an office for it? Just like,
he was an officer first off.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
so officers were allowed to send back like weapons. They had like it's like I've never looked at it in the sense of if it needs like a new firing pin or something, but I have a Walther P-38 from
my
a Nazi
God.
officer because my great uncle fucking pow, killed a fucking Nazi,
Oh my-
just
that's
fucking
so
took his gun
fucking
off
cool.
of him.
Can you get it shipped over here?
Absolutely not, because it becomes illegal once it enters
Oh,
Germany or
oh,
enters Europe
true.
in general. You cannot have any European. You cannot have any
Nazi, of course. Yeah.
paraphernalia within most borders of like most European countries.
Oh fuck.
A few countries, like probably in the Balkans and like Ukraine, that's like that law doesn't exist. But maybe probably also
Probably
Russia
in Spain,
as well.
like only recently.
yeah.
But I my grandfather, because my great uncle died like when he was like super young.
Mm-hmm.
My grandfather had who was a bombardier who also flew like 50 something missions in World War II, like something fucking stupid in a
Right.
B-24, which is just like a
Jesus.
death sentence.
Yeah.
They like flew over Italy, flew over Germany, this and that, like has whatever collected that shit. His then brother died, and then he got the handgun from him. So yeah, I have a P-38 in Phoenix that I'm always curious if does it work. But I don't care at the same time too.
Yeah.
No, like a Luger would be like way cooler because P-38's
But
also just
because
like
the Lugers they're just they look nice. Like they're
yeah,
pretty
P-38s don't look nice.
Cool. No, exactly.
But yeah, no, it's from a Nazi officer.
Oh my
I
God,
have the
that's so fucking
I
cool.
have the paperwork and everything.
Oh
And
shit.
it is it's very weird.
Yeah.
But also at the same time in the US it's a much different thing of that than it's like, yeah, like okay, whatever, like
Yeah. If
you
he
can't-
had been in the Pacific, it would be a human skull.
yeah, exactly.
Literally.
Yeah, exactly.
Or some other bone kind of
Yeah.
fucking. Yeah.
So I have a P-38 from a Nazi,
nice.
but
We
in
like
my
that.
regard that's pimp. Because
no, it's super cool.
my I'm just gonna say this. My great uncle 360 no scoped a Nazi officer, so don't look into it.
But yeah, one last thing I'm gonna say about Juan Garcia Pujol or Pujol y Garcia. I think I fucked up his name again. What is it?
You were right. The second time you were right.
Yeah, right.
Also, I've been calling him Juan, and I just remembered it'd be Juan, wouldn't it?
It's Juan. Yeah.
John, yeah, okay.
Well, I mean, yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
Xavi Alonso.
Xavi Alonso. He is one of the only people in the world in history to have MBA, so like be a member. What is it, like most excellent member of the British Empire, or something
Yeah.
like that, and an Iron Cross from the Nazis.
And for that, we like wait, I don't salute you at all, actually.
No,
you
no.
suck. You
It's
suck in, like-
hilarious, but like bad.
Yeah.
You know, like one was grounded by George VI, and the other by Hitler. So like, never.
Yeah, I really enjoyed talking World War II with our in-house World War II expert, which is you, Uma,
I'm
because I
Yeah, you are.
I can finally nerd out about shit that then like I don't want to nerd out with other leftists because it comes off as fascist.
Right? No, don't even. I had to go through actual classes with actual fascists.
Yeah, exactly.
So like,
Yeah. War history is a specific type of guy
my
most of the time.
God. Yeah.
Yeah, and you have the two guys here, me and Uma.
The Dulacs.
I'm a secret third thing.
Yeah.
I'm ephemeral. Do not observe me.
Yeah. No, because like I can't talk World War II with like a little bit with Yulia, but not with you, not with Rob, because that just like doesn't interest y'all.
No.
But Uma, in the sense that then like I remember I posted like on my Instagram story the other day that I was working night shifts and just like looking at like I mentioned earlier, just like looking
Yeah.
at like World War II like guns and shit, and you just like gave me a like. And I was like, I know that.
Patronizing
And it's
thumbs up
it's just like in the sense like, oh, I know that Uma's been down this path before. Like, you've done this, and you have to you have to accept all like the bad politics with it. It's like, oh yeah, whatever. But like, I really want to know, why did the Nazis move from the MG34 to the MG42?
Every time I hear like the nitty gritty of specific war history stuff, I'm just always like, yeah, that's nice. Who won?
The thing that I tell, I tell this to a lot of people.
Yeah, it's
if
crazy.
You want to
You win.
understand, if you want to understand war from a Marxist perspective, armament of troops is super interesting because a lot of the times it bankrupts them.
Yeah.
So, in the sense of World War II, Nazi Germany ends up like, I mean, aside from the fact that they were like losing the war, like just like strategically, they also made the incredibly stupid decision of just like making an entire new rifle with a new round that made no sense, that they were just going to like just throw money into. And if you're not a materialist, then what is that then for you? Like that is a really interesting thing to look at in this, and or like NATO is a really interesting thing of looking at. Then NATO has like military standards in order to then like make shit easier for all the other countries to then develop the shit around. Like there's a material thing of being interested in this shit because it makes like warfare for these countries either easier or far more difficult because then they can't support it no more.
But by way of wrapping up, I'm going to say that sounds like some nerd shit.
It is nerd shit.
I want to learn about how much linen there is in a coat.
Exactly, yeah. Como
God
se
damn
dice,
it.
yeah, como se dice capital, but capital is my AK-47.
Yeah, it's capital, but it's the capital. It's Das Kapital by Karl Marx, but the title is spelled in the font made entirely of guns.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I mean, I recommend, as Uma also probably is very much in the you know, perspective that I am, is that like leftists get on your shit about being a nerd about war shit, because there is
The space is dominated by a type of guy.
It's
We're a
dominated.
minority.
Yeah,
like.
it's dominated by Nazis, or
basically.
fascists or whatever.
Yeah.
And there is an understanding of materialist Marxism that then can really like that you can understand a lot of stuff around, like it's not tactic shit or whatever. Again, like I mentioned to you, is that it's very interesting seeing how then military armaments, military things function around than that of one, capitalism, two, materialism, and then like that there's this, like, I don't know, it's like standardizations, this and that. Like it is incredibly interesting. Like World War II is also like the perfect moment for this as well, because World War I was not that. So that's my be all end all of that. Marxists, be more war nerds.
Yeah, please.
Because we need you, and we need to not be overwhelmed by like NATO freaks who are just like, you know, war hungry and shit like that. And also you can like find war interesting and also find it bad.
Yeah. What's your one's name from the ECFR?
Yeah.
Ulrika Franco. What's her name again?
Freak.
The drone person.
Yeah. That was her name. Ulrika Franco.
Ulrika Franco.
Yeah. Drones don't fall into that same category of standardization.
No, but that's kind of like, that is what the like a war nerd kind of is dominated by, is like these kind of Atlantic Council adjacent people.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Have it be dominated by Uma and me. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So you can be one, hot, two, cool.
That's it.
Yeah, that's the list. It's a requirement.
That's
And also, if you're gonna spy on someone, like at least be cool. Don't be like, end verdict.
Oh yeah.
End
Do
verdict.
we clear him?
No, sucks.
No.
He sucks.
He sucks.
He
right?
sucks. He bullshit.
Because you know him in Venezuela. He's just being like, look, it would have gone differently if just everyone gave Carlism a chance.
No,
Yeah.
literally.
And then everyone in Venezuela was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm a Nazi.
If we had a king, maybe. Yep, basically.
Yeah. So I do appreciate a guy who just walks into an embassy being like, yo, you need a spy. I'll do that.
Honestly, the guts on him.
It worked.
Like, fair enough. Like, yeah, he did work in the end. So
Dress for the job you want.
Exactly. I say this all the time because for you guys, have you guys watched The Americans?
I've seen some episodes.
My God, I started it, but like it was so slow. I just
Well,
could
you
not.
should keep going at it because it's a great show.
Yeah.
But I realize in the sense that then, because like they end up on like university campuses, like finding spies.
Okay.
I'd be so bad at my job.
Oh,
I
same.
would be the worst. And there's like one professor who they like take in who's like he's from like South Africa, who's like anti-apartheid, and he's like really cool and this and that for the Soviet cause. Done. Gets fucking capped in the head because like he can't keep his fucking mouth shut. That'd be me.
Oh
So-
no! I think I would keep my mouth shut, but like I would be really bad at like acting.
The
and
other
lying.
aspects of
Yeah. Like I wouldn't tell people I'm a spy or like even.
Oh no!
let
I would be
people
so
know.
vocal.
Hey guy, like he's just
Yeah.
flirting.
you're
with
just like you're just
someone,
at like
hey.
someone's like barbecue soiree. It's like, hey, that's it's that
Yeah.
that fence you put up. That's pretty good. You need some spy work done. Like I can just do that. For
No. Uma
I
has
have a
it.
contact.
Uma has it exactly. That I would try to hit on someone
Yeah,
and be
yeah,
like,
exactly.
"Hey, yo, I'm a spy for the Soviet Union."
Have you ever slept with a spy?
Yeah, and then
Who wants their pussy?
yeah.
No.
Yeah, that's me.
My God.
It's the funniest line.
And then just like
gonna
you know,
ban us
and then just
from
me,
fucking
you know, 7.62 round in my head, done, dead, thrown
Yeah.
into a ditch in the middle of fucking nowhere.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
it would be a suicide by 2 shots
Exactly.
in the head from
Yes,
the back
exactly.
or something like that.
Yeah, with a round far too big to be a 2-shot round.
Exactly.
Yeah, Nick's missing his entire head, but it was suicide. It's fine.
He has a suicide note. It says, "Oh man, life sucks and I'm sad." Sincerely, Mick.
Yeah, signed by like some random, like some random Russian fuck who can't even fucking write in like.
It's Cyrillic.
Yeah, it's like written as like hick. Yeah, that's it. That's all I have to say.
That's so.
I love this. I really enjoyed that we could have a lässige Folge about you know, one of history's silliest Spaniards
Literally, yeah.
that then turned into a
A
talk about
recurring
World
section
War
on the
II.
podcast.
Oh, yeah.
History's silliest Spaniard.
Yeah,
Hey, I mean, I'm down to. Look
I want to
up-
find out what Franco's kids are up to. What are they up to?
I think they're dead.
yeah.
Wow. What were they up to before they died?
I think maybe one of them died recently, and it was like a whole thing.
I'm
Carmencita.
sure, yeah,
She was
yeah,
called
yeah.
Carmen, but because she was small, she was Carmencita.
Oh, orale.
Ándele.
What an adorable
Oh,
language.
lovely. All right, so
Anyway.
Use
on
for
that
evil.
note, we
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up. Kieran, we have an announcement.
Yes. Live show, 3rd of November, 8 p.m. at the Comedy Cafe Berlin in Neukölln. It's a $5 in. It will be me, Nick, Julia, Uma, doing a live show.
Is Rob coming or no?
I don't think so, but
Fuck
he
him.
might. Yeah, fuck Rob. Rob is dead to me for not coming to the live show. Unless he does, in which case he's my best friend.
Yeah. I just love that Rob wrote us at 3 o'clock in the morning being like, Bierbaum's 5 is a 5.
Yeah, he's having a good life.
Oh.
Yeah, so
Rest in peace, Rob. We love you. I mean, you're not dead, but like,
yeah, so come down to Comedy Cafe
Yeah.
Berlin for the Rob Memorial Show. It should be a lot of fun. We're gonna be there, and you can say hi, and you can come in, and it's only a $5, and we'll probably talk about some defunct monarchy. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
and there'll be slides
And haircuts.
and haircuts. Yeah,
Before the
I
show.
need one. I really do.
who's cutting my hair? No, don't do that.
No,
I'm
I'm
getting
getting
a
there,
haircut
yeah.
next week.
We're doing live haircuts.
Oh, okay. Should I cut my hair too? No.
No, you're
do
good.
whatever you want. Like,
I'm like I'm on like mega babe modus now. Like, don't you dare.
just have too much hair.
I'm on like my hottest boy shit right now. Like,
My
Good
friend
for
just
you.
poking me in the eye. That's usually my sign to tell me I need to get a haircut.
your hair looks good though. What are you talking about?
I need a haircut.
You're gonna see first. All right, whatever. Haircuts or not, you're gonna see 4 very voluptuous hairdos. I may hold up. I may come dressed.
Oh,
as Jeremy
bald head in the house.
No, not a bald. Yeah, no, not one bald spot. I may like I said previously. Let me know who I should come dressed as. Overwhelming, consensus currently right now is Jeremy Fragrance.
I'm not dressing up as anybody.
You don't have no. You don't have to. My whole thing is I just come dressed as something different every time.
I think I think we either do Serbia's entry from last Eurovision.
Oh God, no.
Um,
that is so creepy.
It's so good. That song's so good.
Yeah.
And that, or we all get Vatican football jerseys.
You got to order them now, then.
Well,
I showed them to you, and
I
they look
know.
trash.
But you showed them to me when you were like, "What do you think?" I was like, "You should buy them." I was like, "I've already left the gift shop." I was like, "God damn it!"
No, because they were trash. I would have bought 6 of them. They were
that's-
trash.
We said on the group chat that if they were cuter,
If they were
we
cute,
would
yeah,
have done
100%.
it.
Yeah, they were babe shit, but they
Yeah.
weren't babe shit.
No.
Trust me, as the lone fashionista of Corner Späti, yeah,
They were ugly.
they were ugly AF.
All right, and with that, come to our live show, and we will see you next week. Ciao, ciao.
Bye.
Bye bye.